Okay. Oh, okay. 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 What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Word up. The Nording. Smoking the Nording. The freehand. The Nording freehand. Signature. Signature. Yeah. Nording himself. Yeah. Just, sign this. Pretty cool. I'm smoking uh, a blend of Mountain Camp and Bayou Night. And I was smoking that for a while, and I was getting kind of tired of it. And I poured out the amount that I had onto a piece of paper. And I also have some Big and Burley, and I poured that out onto a piece of paper. And they're about the same volume. So I was like, it's going to mix them together. Screw it. Let's go. So this is half Big and Burley, half Mountain Camp, half Big and Burley, quarter Mountain Camp, quarter Big and Bayou Night. Because I'm just kind of tired of all three of those, all three of those blends. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I don't know. It's interesting. It's different than in those three ingredients blends, individually. So it's something. I'm not afraid. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just, I'm afraid. I'm very afraid. But when it comes to throwing some tobaccos together, why not? Why not? It can't be that bad. Yeah, it's different. Different enough. I finally finished the three blends that I dry infused with booze. Uh, Crowley's Best, Stanhope, and Shendigaff. And I also did a fourth one, but I'll talk about that maybe later. Stay tuned. Um, Stay till the end. Watch till the end if you want to hear about the fourth thing. Anyway, I was thinking about my thoughts on that process, the dry infusion with booze process. And I don't know. It definitely made the tobaccos more smokable, but I feel like so Shandy Gaff and Crowley's Best, Crowley, I don't know. Uh, those were dry infused with Scotch, and Stanhope was dry infused with a flavored vodka. that my mom makes, and it's it's not flavored with like some artificial flavoring. It's fruits that are stewed and like a jam or something like that, and then like the whole fruit is inside of the vodka, and it just soaks in there for like years until somebody wants to drink it. Not me, unfortunately. Um, but I didn't get any of that fruit flavor in the Stanhope. Although the liquid was like blue or purple or whatever. I think they were plums. Some kind of plum. I don't know. So on the two that I use the Scotch with, it's definitely the aroma. There's a whatever the tobacco smells like, unless there's like, a strong like Crowley's Best has Latakia in there, so you can still smell the Latakia, but there's just it completely smells like Scotch, the tin note, the jar note. Other than that, it doesn't really smell like tobacco, unless there's like a strong uh, condimental leaf in there, exotic leaf in there. Um, and yeah, like I could still taste the Latakia in the Crowley's Best, but other than that, I think the alcohol does something to the tobacco where it kind of like it like kills it in a way. I don't know, but I would not recommend doing that to any tobacco that you actually like the flavor of. Uh, you know, I will probably do that again, do this process again, if I get something that just like really sucks, and I just like don't want to smoke it because it just like tastes like nothing. Because it definitely gives the tobacco it gives it an aroma, it gives it a flavor, but it kind of kills the natural flavor of the tobacco. Um, the Stanhope that was infused with the vodka um, didn't have a strong tin note because the vodka didn't really have any aroma to it, even though I thought the fruit thing would transfer, but it didn't really. So in the future, maybe if I have a tobacco that I like the flavor of, but it's dried out or something, I could rehydrate it using the dry infusion method, which is vodka, and see what that's like. So I might do that in the future for some reason, as opposed to just rehydrating it with water. Yeah, it didn't necessarily make the tobaccos burn hotter or anything like that. I don't know what actually gets absorbed by the tobacco other than moisture. I don't know if any alcohol actually gets absorbed. I would assume so. I don't know. So anyway, those are my kind of final thoughts on that whole process. Um, so the fourth one that I infused, um, I made this blend of just sucking tobacco bits through here. I made this blend of Cornell and Deal's Virginia Flake. I think it's just called Virginia Flake. It's not really a flake, it's their broken flake. It's a blending component. It's just straight bright Virginia. It doesn't have much going on. And I blended some of that with some Izmir Turkish from C&D as well. 1 ounce, 1 ounce. And then I had this Indescript, just like black Cavendish stuff that's really old that somebody gave me. Uh, and that black Cavendish stuff was kind of, even though it was like not very much of it, maybe a quarter ounce, compared to the other 2 ounces. It didn't overpower it at all, but it was still very much there, and it was adding some kind of weird tongue bite, I guess. So I wanted to like try to temper that somehow. So I like stoved it. That kind of helped a little bit. I like trunk stoved it, where I just like put it in the jar and just had it in the jar and then just put it in my trunk for like a week on like it was just in there for like a week. Didn't really do much. So then I dry infused it with some orange bitters, which is interesting. And so I don't know how that was going to go, but man, that like it was too much. Like, when I opened the jar, it was just like it just hit me with this orange bitters, just like perfumey aroma. It was crazy. I was like, it's like this is too much. It didn't really come off in the flavor. Kind of the same thing like the other blends, where the Scotch doesn't taste like that. But at first, it kind of anyway. Maybe a little bit at first, but it burns off, I think. Anyway, just the aroma was like too much with this freaking orange bitters, and it kind of lost all of its other aromas. I couldn't smell the aromatic black Cavendish in there at all. So I smoked that for a little bit, and I was like, I'm tired of this. So the other day, it was like a hot day, so I put it in a bowl and I covered it with aluminum foil and taped it down, and then just put it outside for like hella hours. And when I took it inside and took the aluminum foil off, there was no aroma to it at all. That orange bitter thing had completely disappeared, and it was just dry, bone dry. And I tried to make a mental note of. Probably should have taken a picture, but I tried to make a mental note of what the color was like. I would want to see if it darkened at all, and I think it did. I don't know. I don't have any like evidence or whatever, but I think it did. And so I put it in a Tupperware with some water, just to rehydrate it. Dry infuse, the water in there. And I had it in there for a day. I tried a bowl of it today. It was still pretty dry. A little bit, wasn't like bone dry, but it's still pretty dry. Only one day in there, and didn't really have much of a flavor. The orange bitter thing is completely gone, like I said, and it just kind of has that aromatic quality, that tongue bitey aromatic thing is gone as well, which is cool. That's what I was trying to get rid of. And so I'm just going to rehydrate it, and maybe for another day or so. I don't want it too moist or anything. And smoke the rest of that. It's just kind of like a whatever. It was an experiment. I think I kind of like, we'll see if it's spicy at all. When I first blended it, the Izmir Turkish did give it some spice, which I thought was kind of nice. But I think I maybe just completely killed that spice during this outdoor stoving process. So we'll see. I don't really care. It's just fun stuff. So that's what I've been up to, tobacco-wise. This thing is almost done. This is a cool pipe, but it just gets clogged so easily. It's the way it's drilled. It's like drilled into the bottom of the bowl. I don't know if that's, I think I've said this before. I don't know if that's like a mess up or it's defective or what the deal is, but the draft hole is in the bottom of the bowl rather than the side, like most normal pipes. Anyway, but it gets clogged really easily. Kind of annoying. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Yeah. Well, it's actually kind of a cool evening. I'm, have to wear a shirt and stuff. Nice that it kind of cooled down. But, yeah. Nice day. Went to the gym. Did some squats. Definitely feeling it. Went to jiu-jitsu. Got my ass kicked for a while. Definitely feeling it. Yeah, I'm going to deal with this later. Let's check out the B42, see what's going on with this. In this, I have some Engine 99, which I'm almost done with. I probably have just one bowl left after this. Oh yeah, that's a nice draw right there. Yeah. Untampered with Engine 99. And, I'm glad that I'm done with it almost. I only have one bowl left, but I'm actually starting to like it. When I first started smoking, I was kind of like, this is like a whatever blend. But it has some good qualities. On the tobacco reviews and stuff, like I'm starting to trust that site like less and less. But whatever. People say this is like a Balkan blend, and I hear this term Balkan blend like get thrown around so much. It's like I don't even know what a Balkan blend is anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I read an article on I think Smoking Pipes about what a Balkan blend is, and they had some chart with it's basically Virginias, Orientals, and Latakia. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And depending on the proportions, that differentiates it from just like a typical English blend, which is also the same ingredients. But there's all kinds of blends called Balkan blends that have all kinds of stuff in there, like Perique and Black Cavendish and Burley. And so at this point, I don't even know what a Balkan blend is. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like a Scottish blend. Like, what is a Scottish blend? And I was listening to an interview with this blender guy. I forgot his name, or his blending company, Reaver, or something like that. It was on the Idiots with Class podcast, live interview thing, and he was saying that he does mainly Scottish blends, and his idea of a Scottish blend is it's mainly Virginias, and I think that's it. It's like basically just like mainly Virginias with some other stuff. It can be aromatic, it can not be. So I don't know. It's a pretty open category. I don't know. It's cool that these things are kind of undescript, but it's also kind of annoying because they can just call anything whatever they want. You don't know what you're really gonna get. But anyway. Yeah, so, wow, 20 minutes. Okay, well, I think that's about it. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching till the end. All right. All right, see you later.